morning. We're ready for our last reading lesson of the week. This is lesson 108. You do not need your work text, and we do not have an assignment. This is a poem. I had told you earlier on that all this week we had like 4 or 5 lessons over the flag. Some of them were poems. One was a choral reading, a literature lesson, that kind of thing. So anyway, we're going to be talking about "Oh Say Can You See." This is our national anthem today. So you only need your reader book on page 362. If you would pause it while you turn to this page. All right, so I've got some slides for you. So let's go ahead and look at our slides. Here's some vocabulary words. Searing. When I touched the hot stove, searing pain shot through my finger. Yeah, you ever touch something really hot and that just hot burning sensation? That's what searing means. Fife. Johnny held the fife in front of him as he played in the military band, sort of like a flute type instrument, a fife. Lull. It was quiet during the lull in the thunderstorm. The lull would mean the quiet calmness before the next round. Now, the national anthem, "Oh Say Can You See?" Why do you think the author was asking this question? Oh, say, can you see? Because that's a question. Well, if he couldn't see the flag, it meant we had lost the battle. He was asking if you could see it. Not you, but whoever he was asking. He was just asking, can you see the flag? So if I were to say this today, I might say, hey, dude, can you see the flag? That's kind of what we would say today. Francis Scott Key was the man who wrote it. He watched the cannon fire light up the sky. The flag remained flying at Fort McHenry in Baltimore's harbor after the fighting. So now this was during the Battle of 1812. This right here is called Fort McHenry. I believe it's still there today. And it belonged to America. And then the British came in the harbor, Baltimore's harbor, and they began to shoot at Fort McHenry because the British wanted to come in and take over it. Because remember, we had gotten rid of them. During 1776, we declared ourselves a free nation. We fought the Revolutionary War and got them out of here. Like, no, we're our own nation. Now leave us alone. Well, they kind of had second thoughts, and they were coming back to see if we might be weak and they might take us back. But they came into the harbor and started pouring in. Now, this man, Francis Scott Key, he had, before all this happened, he had sailed out to one of these ships because I think he was a doctor or something to that effect. Anyway, he was supposed to go to England to do something. I don't know what he was going for. Well, he got stuck on one of these ships, and he was on one of the ships as it was bombing Fort McHenry, and he was watching it. And so finally darkness hit in, and this is during the time before they had electricity, so there were no street lights or lamps or anything like that. So the only time you could see something is when the cannons would shoot and fire, and he would see. And every time a cannon would shoot, he'd look, can you see the flag? As long as the flag stood, that meant that we still had it. So let's read the poem on page 362. Okay, you read along with me. Searing whistle, sizzle, and ripping pop-poom, pop-poom, like guns from some far-off battle rattling over fife and drum. A moment's lull, and then out burst bouquets of light, shimmering down petals that glimmer and melt on the night. Pop-poom! We throw more stars into the sky, where they hold and drizzle to the ground. Below we gasp in awe, wait for another thunder round. So let's ask some questions about this poem. Which of these words in this poem are used to imitate the sounds of a firework display? Some of the sounds in here, did you get some of them? Words like searing and whistle, sizzle, ripping, pop-poom, pop-poom, rattling, thunder. Those types of words imitate the sounds that they make, correct? Okay. Why do you think the poet compares the fireworks noise to battle noise because he says, like guns from some far off battle rattling over fife and drum. Why do you think he compares that, the fireworks noise to the battle, to a battle? Because that's what it was from. Because our Star-Spangled Banner was written during a battle. And so when we shoot fireworks and we watch the fireworks go and you hear those loud booms and the sizzles and all the things that come down, think of the battle that took place for our freedom. The flash and roar of cannons and fireworks are a reminder of the reason for celebrating the 4th of July. Why do you think line 5 is all by itself? Can you see line 5? Out beside it, it has a 5 beside it. A moment's lull, and then, why do you think that line is by itself? It represents the lull and the action of the fireworks. Have you ever been to a fireworks show and they shoot fireworks and then all of a sudden there's nothing and you're like, is that it? And then more start and then they stop and you're like, oh, is it over? And then more start. Well, that's what he's talking. That's why line 5 is by itself. It's representing the lull, the stop, and then it starts again. Kind of like how the battle would have done. To what is the, this is nose, it's supposed to be noise. To what is the noise of the fireworks compared? What does he compare the noise to the fireworks to? Guns. Like guns from some far off battle. What is this form of comparison called? Do you remember? Or do you know? I don't think you should remember. This is called a simile because it uses like and it's comparing guns to fireworks. That's a simile. So here is a new word, metaphor. A metaphor is exactly like a simile, except it does not use like or as. The poet uses 2 metaphors to describe the light of the fireworks. Can you find where they are? Remember, it compares 2 things without using like or as. Can you find at least one where the author describes the light of the fireworks? Okay. Flowers and stars. Are these good metaphors? Let's see, where does he do it? Yeah. Between lines 5 and 10, outburst bouquets of light, that's talking about flowers, shimmering down petals that glimmer and melt on the night. And then he's talking about papoom, we throw more stars into the sky. So he's using a metaphor to describe flowers and stars to fireworks. He's comparing those things. All right, good deal. So we've learned, oh, so much have we learned this week in reading about the flag, and now we've learned similes and metaphors and things such as that. So there's no assignment today, and that will be all your lesson.